Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and welcome to your Raw review. You know, can we get one show without all this cringy garbage for once? I'm begging. Can we get one show that doesn't make me cringe until I can cringe no more? I mean, we've got so many things on this show tonight. The Triple H promo, the Rhonda promo that opened the show, the Paul Heyman stuff. Let's get to the show and talk about it. So we start off with Ronda Rousey cutting a promo. Like, I don't understand this. You've got her acting vicious and everything. You know, she talks about, you know, this is how you guys do things around here. It sounds kind of weird. There's like, for some reason they're doing a beat the clock challenge, which used to be a challenge that they reserved for, you know, qualifying in the Royal Rumble or the Money in the Bank. Now all of a sudden they're just doing it just because. Like, they're all qualified for the match at WrestleMania, but for some reason Ronda Rousey, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch, cringy Lynch, Stone Cold cringy Lynch, they all have to participate in this beat the clock challenge for some reason. They all got to try the best, you know, their time. So first Ronda cuts this promo where she drops the mic, acts like she's gonna walk out. Then she grabs the mic again, says something, and then she says she's got something else to say, and then she drops it again. Now, I understand that they were trying to go for something unique there. They were trying to go for something a little bit different. The triple mic drop. Oh my God, so original. But I'm saying, like, this girl was going to tear cringy Lynch's arm off, and here she's letting, you know, Becky come down to the ring and say, "Oh, stop it, you little weirdo." I'm like, I don't understand how anybody is behind this. Look how she was, like, swaggering to the ring like Vince McMahon. It's a fucking joke. It's like Stone Cold didn't act like a caricature of a tough guy. He was a tough guy. Cringy Lynch is acting like the stereotypical tough guy. Like someone acting like a tough guy that's not even a tough guy. They're acting like they're a tough guy. Or a tough girl. Well, I guess she's the man, right? The man, so she has to. And you look at all these people in the crowd with the man shirts on, and it pretty much just tells you right there. You know, just who her fans are, who's supporting her, but whatever. To each his own, right? So, Rhonda gets a time of, she's up first. She gets a minute and 25 seconds. She beats Sarah Logan. And I'm looking at Sarah Logan. Sarah Logan looks pretty tough. The way how they got her painted up like she's supposed to be a Viking. Yet they haven't told us why she's like why she's a Viking. You know, they said she found out that she has like Viking roots or something, but they never bothered to tell the story. I think that's what it was. Like, just one day she just showed up to the ring dressed like a Viking. One week she was like just plain Sarah Logan. Then all of a sudden she was Viking Sarah Logan the next week. You know, no explanation. No time taken to tell a story to explain the character. Like, oh, there she is. She's a Viking because it's time to make her a Viking for some reason. Then up next, you know, so Rhonda beats her. Then Charlotte can't quite get Ruby Riott to tap out. She's got her in the figure 8, but, you know, she doesn't have enough time. Then Cringy Lynch is up next, and she beats Ronda's time. She defeats Liv Morgan. And I'm looking at Liv Morgan. I'm looking at Liv Morgan's body language. She's got more charisma than Stone Cold Cringy Lynch does. And I'm not just saying that to be provocative. I'm not just trying to egg on the Cringy Lynchers out there. All her big-time fans wearing your man shirt. You know, stop crying into your man shirt. You know, put it down. You're probably going to stretch it out. So, you know, I'll do you guys a favor here. You know, before you cry your eyes out and you complain about Cringy Lynch and you start making fun. Who are you to talk about Cringy Lynch? Look what you look like. Blah, 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 blah. You know, so before you start all that garbo, you know, let me tell you something here. Liv Morgan is a girl that goes out there and loses every week. but she shows more energy. She does more facial expressions. She comes across as, like, more being herself. Like, she's just, like, an annoying kid. She's hot, by the way, but, you know, I'm just saying she plays the role better. She plays her role better, whatever her role is supposed to be, and I kind of like it more than what Becky Lynch is doing. That's all I'm saying. It's just, like, it's better. And isn't it supposed to, like, Cringy Lynch is supposed to be up here, and Liv Morgan is supposed to be, you know, just a jobber. She's, like, the throwaway member of the Riot Squad. You can see that they consider her to be, like, the weakest link out of the bunch. So, I don't get what the point of this was. Okay, great. Cringy Lynch showed that she could, you know, beat someone faster than Ronda Rousey and Charlotte could. So, like, I don't know, like, what we're supposed to do with this little tidbit of information. Is this supposed to make us more excited for the match? Are we supposed to love Cringy Lynch more because she managed to beat somebody, you know, 2 seconds before Ronda Rousey did? Are we supposed to hate, oh, I hate you, Ronda! You couldn't beat someone fast enough! I mean, like, what type of emotion, what type of reaction is this supposed to evoke? What am I supposed to think when I see something like this? All I see is a big fucking waste of time. All I see is 30 minutes. I watched this in clips, by the way, so it was more like 6-7 minutes for me. So, you know, but the rest of the people who watch the show, God forbid, I mean, what a waste of fucking time. Finn Balor defeated Bobby Lashley and Jinder Mahal in a handicap match. He beat him, both of these guys in a hand. Two guys way bigger than him, way stronger than him, more charismatic than him. Guys that are viewed as world champions. Jinder was a WWE champion. Bobby Lashley was a ECW champion, but whatever. Technically world champion. Whatever the case may be. He actually was supposed... And not only that, but like, he's like doing a double leg takedown. He's not Kurt Angle to Bobby Lashley. Then he's like just fucking clotheslining Jinder Mahal out of the ring. Like, Jinder looks like he's made of fucking concrete. And he's making a mockery out of both of these guys. Like he's a little fucking nothing. Little Finn Balor just going ape shit on Bobby Lashley. Like, Bobby Lashley's a fucking freak. You see the size of this guy? It's like, do I even need to tell you? Every single week we see him, he's getting older, but he looks bigger. He looks bigger than when he first came into the WWE. And here they have Finn Balor just, you know, like running circles around both guys, and he qualifies for the Intercontinental Championship. First of all, why do we want to even see this match at WrestleMania? We've already seen it multiple times. We've seen it in different iterations. We've seen it in a handicap match. We've seen it in the singles match. We've seen it way too many times. It's not WrestleMania caliber anymore. It wasn't WrestleMania caliber to begin with. Bobby Lashley should have been facing someone like Brock Lesnar or John Cena at WrestleMania, not facing off against Finn Balor. And Jinder Mahal's there just to take the pin. I mean, like, I don't see it. Like, they're not even fully behind Balor. Otherwise, they would have had him beat Brock at the Rumble if they were fully behind him. So, why is it, like, acceptable that he goes out there and just, you know, fucking makes Bobby Lashley look like a damn goofball? And Jinder Mahal, I mean, at this point, he's a lost cause. I don't know what it was. If they were unhappy because the Smarks really didn't like him as WWE Champion, that's why they hold him so far down. I mean, I don't know what happened. They made him U.S. Champion, and then after that, they like put him on Raw, and they were like, fuck him. You know, we're just going to completely make you the laughing stock. You look like $1 million, but we're going to make you into a laughing stock. And then throughout the show, they had Elias playing the guitar in Times Square. And, you know, he's in front of Madison Square Garden. And I like this. Finally, we got out of the arena. They showed us something from the outside. Like, why is this so hard to do? To get a camera crew to go outside. I mean, like, damn, it's like the creative team is like a bunch of kids, like, locked in their fucking basement. And they just, like, you know, they've never seen the outside world. They never get to feel like, how did they get to the arena? Are they like transported there in the back of a tractor trailer? Like they don't realize that like outside the arena exists. I don't remember the last time we saw outside the arena. We saw a parking lot briefly, but I guess that's when they let them out of the back of the truck, or they take them out of the trunk of Vince McMahon's limo. All right, boys, it's time to write the show. Get out of there. Like, because you think about it, like, there's all these possibilities, all the different things. You used to see bars and clubs and, and all these different sceneries, bridges and shit, during the Attitude Era. WWE felt like, it could go anywhere. There's anything that could happen at any time. It doesn't just have to take place in the ring or backstage in front of that magical Raw sign where everybody has to be standing if they're going to talk and share their thoughts in a promo. So, thank God we got out of the fucking arena. We actually moved around a bit. And it was funny, like Elias, he had like the trunk open. The guy comes and steals the fucking trunk from him. And it was very enjoyable. I just would have mic'd him a little bit better. I mean, they're kind of like added to it. But like, when you think about the hundreds of millions of dollars that goes into production for WWE... Like, I've seen people with better sound outside on fucking YouTube. Yeah, so, I mean, that's, like, unacceptable. But I enjoyed the skits, and they strung it throughout the show, which was enjoyable. On YouTube, it was nice because they just put all the clips together. Then we had Aleister Black and Ricochet defeating the Revival, and for some reason... Keller is making out their pop to be a little bit, bigger than what it is over on PW Torch. Well, now I think his name is like Haydorn or something. I don't know. Keller didn't write his review, but normally he goes on and on about these guys, like, getting this big pop. And yes, after, Ricochet hit the fucking 1,682, whatever the fuck his move is called, the flippy dippy, three-handle family credunza maneuver. I don't know what the fuck it is. He hit the move, and people pop because they saw a flip, and the Smarks love flips. Flips are great. They're pretzels. They're chocolate covered. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why we put the belts on the Revival so they could lose every week. Great. That's. Great job keeping them in WWE. Well, we got the belts on you. You're not going to win, but, we got the belts on you. Then it's Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre face-to-face. And I like that actually a heel managed to beat the shit out of a face and walk away without having to run away or bail out or do a cheap shot or anything like that. He got to insult Roman Reigns. Roman said his piece back to him. Roman didn't look like a bitch. He's talked back to him and everything. And then Drew, they fight a little bit and Drew lays him out. And that's good. I mean, it makes Drew look like a threat to him. I mean, if we're going to have a grudge match and nothing's going to be on the line here, then, I mean, that's good. I wish they would do this on a normal basis. What the fuck is so hard about that? Have the heel look like he has the upper hand on the face. That way, if you're going to have Roman, which he probably is going to go over at WrestleMania, make it look like maybe he won't. I don't know why they don't do this anymore. They used to do it all the time. And now that they don't do it, I really miss it. So when I do see it, I'm going to praise it. And then we had Natalya and Sasha Banks wrestling to a no contest. And, this was just a gripping match. I was gripped. A match that wouldn't let go. What happened again? Yeah, so it was like, who the fuck cares type of match. Nia Jax and Tamina come out. Then Beth Phoenix comes in. She almost lifts up Nia Jax. She is pretty fucking strong. And then they pretty much just say, oh, we're going to make a triple threat match. We're going to take on... Well, they said we're going to take on all comers. So wouldn't that also include the Iconics, from SmackDown? Like, we're going to have a fucking 72-team tag match. Everyone's going to be thrown into the damn match. I mean, God, like, just this women thing. It's just women in the main event. And, let's talk about that for a minute. I'm not really too sure if Ronda, Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte are going to be a main event. I watched my WrestleMania review. Just because they're calling it the main event, they're not saying that it's going on last. They said for the first time ever, the women's match is going to be the main event. Remember, for a very long time, there have been multiple main events at WrestleMania. Remember, they have more than one world championship. So, just because they're saying that it's going to be the main event, that means it's going to be one of the main events. Now, I would not be surprised at all if they do end up putting it on last. It would definitely fit in with their current way of looking at things. But I don't know. With Vince McMahon, not really sure if he wants to take that path. But it will be interesting to see if they actually indeed decide to do it. But I won't be surprised at the end of the day if maybe Vince just cracks and just says, alright, whatever, do it. But then again, I won't be surprised if they don't do it, because I don't know, just seeing them go on last, even though I'm a Rousey fan and a Charlotte fan, I just don't see it being main event. Then Braun Strowman is on the Moment of Bliss, and then Colin and what's the guy, Michael Che from SNL, fucking boring ass SNL, this fucking, I'd say third rate, but probably fourth, fifth, or sixth rate, SNL performers come on, and they start mocking Braun, and Braun's like just standing there. I mean, I guess they're not in the arena, so it's not like he could chase after them, but he goes, make the match, get into the, into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and then you could hide behind people, or I'll come backstage and find you at the event. And somehow, because Alexa Bliss is the host of WrestleMania, somehow she's granted with powers where she could just all of a sudden make matches. Like, I don't get this. Like, if you're the host of WrestleMania, that makes you the booker, that makes you creative. Like, she's not an authority figure, she's not the GM. So, like, I don't get it. Like, there's not a single McMahon on this show. McMahons are going to be here every night, on every single Raw and SmackDown. No Vince, no Stephanie, no Shane, and yet they make a match. I didn't get this. Like, just, you're allowed to just make the match. Like, it's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen at WrestleMania. Like, so Alexa Bliss is now all of a sudden out of the blue qualified to book for the biggest show of the year. Vince McMahon with all the money and all the investors and the board of directors and everything, and he's going to let a fucking wrestler make the matches on the show. If it makes sense to you, then, I don't know what kind of special little world you live in, because it doesn't make sense to me. Then we had Baron Corbin defeat Apollo Crews, because why not? Crews gets a surprise win on him last week. Now Corbin gets his win back. What was the point of him losing the previous week if you're just going to have him come back and win this week? Anyway, guys, ladies and gentlemen, that is, your final opponent there for Kurt Angle. And like I said, I am a Corbin fan, but for him being Kurt Angle's last opponent at WrestleMania, I mean, that's just, I don't know. Like, all of a sudden, it's part of a storyline. All of a sudden we tell stories in WWE again. Isn't that just grand? All of us, we're doing it because of stories. I don't know. They seem like they're very close to scrapping this match anyway. Like I said in my WrestleMania 35 rant, they have no idea what they're doing at this Mania. I feel like the show could change like an hour before that it goes on the air. I mean, that's how it's been. That's how they've done the shows since Survivor Series. Seriously, since Survivor Series, there has been at least a change made to every single little bit of the card, either due to injury, due to the Smarks being angry about it. Think about this. Survivor Series. Cringy Lynch gets injured, right? At the last minute, the world champion changes for the match against Brock Lesnar. Then we fast forward to the Royal Rumble, right? What changed there? Didn't something happen? Becky Lynch all of a sudden gets entered into the Royal Rumble out of nowhere. I don't even know if they originally planned that. But what was the other? Yeah, Braun Strowman. That's what I wanted to say. Braun Strowman is supposed to be in the World Championship match. They promote it for like a month. All of a sudden, Finn Balor just qualifies out of nowhere, beats Cena. He gets into the match. Then in Elimination Chamber, Mustafa Ali, who by the way is now just Ali, one of the famous taking away of the last name, strikes again. And Kofi Kingston takes the spot, and we all know what that led to. So now we see, and then they shoehorn Charlotte into the match with Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey. So as you could clearly see, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just keep on just inserting, taking away. Oh, this person's injured. Way too many changes. Way too many people getting injured. They keep changing the fucking show. They don't know what they're doing. Back in the day, they used to know. They used to have a game plan. They used to play it by ear, but they kind of knew where they were going with this show. They knew what they wanted to do with the talent. Now, it's like, whatever. They write the show like an hour before it goes on the air. And that's the same way they're going to treat WrestleMania. That's the way they are treating WrestleMania. And I would not be surprised if a few more things change. Matches will get bumped. They'll get moved around. They'll get relegated to the pre-show. You know how it goes. Then we get this goofball promo with Seth Franken Rollins and Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman is like a fucking cartoon character here. Comes out, cuts the same promo, and then, you know, Rollins with this generic fucking promo. We're gonna do it. Not just me. We're gonna do it. So, like, apparently, we're all gonna get in the ring. All the fucking 70,000 people at Mania. Yeah, I guess he will beat Brock Lesnar. Since everyone's gonna fucking get in the ring. I mean, it's just like, I'm so sick and tired of this. Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, all, you know, Mick Foley. Even Mick Foley, a guy who was like a man of the people, right? Not even he had to say, you know, we're gonna beat you, Rock, with all their legendary matches. Like, what is this we shit? We're not getting in the ring with them. I'm not getting in there and risking my fucking life, especially for Seth Rollins. What we? Speak for yourself. I'm not wrestling in a shitty match with this crappy pay-per-view. Heyman's like on the floor, like he's begging Rollins off. I'm so sick and tired of this. I just want something more realistic. I'm sick of watching this fucking cartoon show. No, not even a cartoon show. A mockery of something that I used to love. I mean, this is just terrible. And this is the main event. Every single time I hear Seth Rollins is going to be in the main event and go on to beat Brock Lesnar, I know it's true. It's like 99.9% confirmed that it will happen, and I cringe every time I think of it. Then we had Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe, and everyone on the internet was like, oh, it's TNA again. And, you know, this was a decent enough match. I don't know what happened with that suplex, if it was like Joe, like, fucked it up, or Angle didn't sell it well. Usually I would be the first one to blame Fat Boy at any opportunity that I got, but, you know, I don't know. It might be Angle. I don't understand. People are saying, like, it looks like Angle slowed down. Like, yeah, he's older, and yes, he obviously has slowed down. He's not the same guy we saw wrestle at WrestleMania 19 or, you know, SummerSlam 2000. He's not that agile athlete like that anymore. Of course not, because that was that was almost 20 years ago. That was 19 years ago. So, you know, of course, Angle has slowed down with age. But it's like, I don't understand how people won't give Angle a pass, but they'll give Triple H a pass every single time that, you know, they get, like, no one will talk about Undertaker slowing down. But for some reason, you know, Kurt Angle, oh, he slowed down. The guy slowed down. And we have to keep on, like, repeating, like, oh, we slowed. Like it's like some big fucking surprise that with age, it would be reasonable for someone to slow down. Hulk Hogan slowed down. But would you rather watch Finn Balor wrestle or would you rather watch Kurt Angle wrestle? Because I know what side of that argument I'm on. I know how I would answer that question. And quite frankly, it would be Kurt Angle every single time. And Kurt Angle gets the win here on Samoa Joe. It was an okay match, you know. The suplex made a little sloppy, but whatever. You know, it was nice to see an Angle match. I'm happy that we're getting a few Kurt Angle matches, like the Kurt... you know, Angle versus Chad Gable and everything. Well, you know, that one could have had some potential. You know, I can't believe that Chad Gable, they build this guy up as like the next Kurt Angle in NXT. They finally get the opportunity to have the match on the Go Home tour, and it's like just another match for Angle. And all the fanfare for it is like on WWE.com and online and on Twitter. It's like, why isn't that interesting storytelling stuff? Why isn't that all on the show? Instead, they save it for the fucking internet, where like half of the people will see it. Then we had Triple H's promo, and oh my god, this was painful. I mean, I don't know what it is, but this feud has been a downright disaster. They've been cutting some of the most outrageously fucking bad promos I have ever heard. And Triple H, like, he's in this promo and he's making fun of what I mentioned last week about the give me what I want. And, you know, Triple H is like reading a contract from his lawyer. And then he starts saying like the give me what I want. I'll give you what you want. And then he says, you know, I wanna. And he's doing the Spice Girls. And I might laugh at this because that was actually a meme on the internet. But then again, I have problems here. Once again, they're making fun of themselves. Self-parody. Look how bad we were in that promo. And I mentioned this on the channel quite a few times. Why don't I find that funny? Why didn't I laugh at it? Why am I being so serious about a joke during the promo? I'll tell you why. Because I said this, if they didn't do something so shitty like that promo, then they wouldn't have anything to make fun of. So am I supposed to be happy? Oh, I'm happy they made a bad promo so they could make fun of themselves. Look how bad we are. Usually back in the day when they fucked up, they try to distance themselves as far away from it as possible. See, that's smart. Pretend like it didn't happen. We're going to do some new stuff, some new exciting things to make you forget about that horrible shit. But now when they do some horrible shit, it sticks out like a sore thumb because they don't know how to do good shit to make up for the bad shit. So what do? They pretty much make fun of themselves. Oh, look how bad we were last week. Aren't you an idiot for watching it? I mean, just once again, just like kicking their audience in the balls. Like, look at this garbage you watch. And now, you know how we're going to build this match, this big match between Batista and Triple H that once headlined the WrestleMania 21 back in 2005. You know how we're going to pay homage to that match? By singing the Spice Girls. And I'm sorry, but like seeing Triple H in the suit, and then all of a sudden he comes out with the biker jacket, like all of a sudden, like, oh, now that's business Triple H. This is all business Triple H. This is the wrestler Triple H. I'm sorry, but that juxtaposition right there, I'm sick and tired of fucking seeing that shit. Look, we all know Triple H. He's the politician. He's the guy who's pretty much a living, breathing smark. I never thought that, you know, my opinion has changed on Triple H. You know, I kind of said, like, I was kind of getting sick of him back in 2004. But I'm like, Triple H is a legend. He's had so many good matches with Mick Foley, with Stone Cold Steve Austin, with The Rock. And I still hold that true. But I am so sick and tired of seeing him. That's why when the prospect of Triple H's career being on the line, I said they should just do it already. Have Batista end Triple H's career. But you know they're not going to do that. I mean, first of all, I really don't know. I mean, I would like to think they're going to have Batista win. The way how Batista is and the way how he's talked about WWE, First of all, I don't even understand why he would agree to cut those stupid promos that he's cut the previous 2 weeks, or, you know, however long that it's been so far. There's so much crap, the days blend together. I don't understand why he'd come back for this. And would he really come back to do the job for Triple H? Like, actually, like, lose? Because I'm not really too sure about that. But then when Triple H said that, you know, his career's on the line, that kind of made me think, like, well, it looks like Triple H is going to win. But, I mean, honestly, if we're going to have Kurt Angle and Triple H, who are basically the same age, and you're going to have Triple H, you're going to have Kurt Angle retire at WrestleMania, why not just retire Triple H? I mean, we've seen all we can out of this guy. I mean, there's nothing more. Are we going to see the fucking 12th DX reunion? I mean, how many more, you know, click references are we going to get? How many of these long-winded, boring promos from Triple H are we going to have to sit through? I mean, it's enough already. Just, here's their opportunity. End it right here. He could go out against a big star like Batista, but I don't think that they're going to do it. Pretty much what I'm taking away from this is just, I cannot fucking believe that Triple H, who's part owner pretty much in this company. I know he still has to listen to McMahon quite a bit, and thank God for that, because I'm telling you something. Everyone says I can't wait till Triple H takes over. I'm like, I don't want him to take over. Really, if I had a choice between Triple H and Vince McMahon, I think Triple H knows how to make matches. He's good at making, like, matches and shit like that, but he's very bad at telling stories. Like I said, for a guy who was trained by Killer Kowalski, like a masterful psychology guy, and Triple H is also very good at psychology in the ring as well, how can he be so bad at storytelling? This is why, like, he's not good at creative. He's fucking terrible. And I'm not looking forward to the day when he takes over this company, because the guy doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, it's pretty obvious. He's pretty clueless. I mean, he truly is. He's clueless when it comes to the product. Like, how to tell a story anymore. Otherwise, I think we'd see a lot more influence on the product. It would be kind of hard. And I'm sorry, but in NXT, there's no good stories there, guys. I've watched it. I watched it for a few years. There was no story. Don't try to lie to me and say that I still watch it a little bit on YouTube. I'm still subscribed to them, so I do see it. And I have the network, but I'm not clicking on and wasting an hour every week when I'm already watching this garbage. There's no stories there. Do they have guys who have potential? Yes. You know, one of them is currently on the roster right now, and his name is Aleister Black, but he's wasting away in a pointless tag team. Anyway, let's get to the main event. It was Drew McIntyre defeating Dean Ambrose. And I'm like not even really sure why they needed to do this match. Like, Drew McIntyre kicked Dean Ambrose's ass like a few weeks ago. And hey, once again, Meltzer Magoo was right? Because didn't he say that they were writing Dean Ambrose off TV? Well, there's Dean Ambrose again out of nowhere. He's fucking back on the show. So, I mean, you know, there you go again. The accuracy of Dave Meltzer. It's uncanny, isn't it, folks? Anyway, you have, what the fuck happened else? Drew McIntyre beats him and lays him out. And it's like, and then the show just ends. And okay, Drew looks strong here. He looks strong against Roman Reigns, but like, you know, what was the point of having this match? Honestly, like, he already beat down Ambrose. Having him beat down Ambrose again, I mean, it really is. It's wasting time, and we see this continuously. This is why I always say, nobody progresses on this show. Nobody grows. No one grows as a character. It's always the same thing week after week after fucking week. It's always, you know, let's push this guy, let's make him look strong, and then at Mania, they're just going to beat Drew McIntyre anyway, which is going to make all of this pointless. And it's not even like there's a great story behind it, so we can understand if he loses, because then Drew could just bounce right back. But now all they rely on is victory and matches. And these little promos, Like, the promo with Drew and Roman was good, but it's just not enough. It's just two guys cutting a promo. I'm sorry, guys, but another bad Raw. After Triple H sang, you know, Wannabe by the Spice Girls, and I had to sit through just the opening, like, 30 minutes or however long it was on this show of beat the clock challenges, Ronda Rousey dropping the mic 3 times in a row for, you know, to be unique. And then you have, you know, cringy Lynch coming out there and just making matters worse. You know, like, all this was designed to put cringy Lynch over, and it's not going to make her any more over than she is. Look, we get it. You smarks like cringy Lynch. Look how awesome I am as a person because I support a woman. I mean, you know, you're just, let's put you on a pedestal. Let's make you into the modern day Kurt Angle. Let's put a medal around your neck. You know, you're great. You empower women. I salute you. Such a, you know, what a credit to society you are. You know, you support women. It's like, you know, like, what are these people expecting out of life? Do you really think that if you like Becky Lynch and you say you love Becky Lynch and, you know, you go to sleep at night, you know, clutching your Becky Lynch action figure, you cry yourself to sleep at night, I love Becky so much? I mean, you know, that might be good enough for you, but for the rest of us, no one's watching because it shows in the ratings that no one gives a shit about her. It doesn't matter how much she swaggers, how much she tries to talk tough, why her voice cracks like this all the time. You know, it's enough already. Like, honestly, let's get her 15 minutes of fame out of the way, because even if she truly is over, WWE's gonna fucking brush her off to the side like they do with everybody else. The man! I mean, like, I already know what it is. It's like these people, and I've said this numerous times, these fans think that if they praise Becky Lynch and look how wonderful of a person I am by loving Becky, they think that they're gonna get laid by girls. Oh, look how much he supports women. Oh man, you know, what a great guy. I'm sorry, you know, once again, you know, the mentality is, hey, woohoo, there you go, folks. That's pretty much Raw in a nutshell. Hope you all enjoyed the review. Please leave a comment down below. Leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell so you get all notifications when I post all my new videos. And guys, this has been your YWC champ, and I'm signing out.